Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. Stand up for your country. 5 more days of President Biden. The countdown is underway. He remains delusional. We'll prove that again tonight. I don't know how many times I have to prove it, but this is an interesting segment we'll present to you. His supporters are kind of confused. Some continue to hate Trump above all else. Others, they don't know what to do. All right. And we'll get into that a little bit. But the fact is that Donald Trump enters his second term as the most powerful president since Ronald Reagan. Now, Reagan in 1985 came in big, and Trump is as well. But Trump's detractors are never going to give up, and that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Shortly after midnight last night, the Justice Department released 137 pages authored by special counsel Jack Smith, accusing Donald Trump of crimes, primarily in trying to derail the election of 2020. And, nobody's surprised, right? But here's the problem. Smith was appointed to try to get to the truth, not to try to nail Donald Trump. And that's what Smith tried to do. He didn't even take into account exculpatory stuff. He from the very beginning, from the very first hour he was in the office of special counsel, he thought Trump was guilty. And let's prove it, okay? So here is a full screen, something that was put in the report. Quote, although the defendant was the incumbent president during the charged conspiracies, his scheme was fundamentally a private one. When the defendant lost the 2020 presidential election, he resorted to crimes to stay in office, unquote. Well, Jack Smith is not a jury, and he's not a judge. There's no alleged or anything like that. No, he's guilty because I, Jack Smith, say so. That's not what this is supposed to be about. You present the facts. Now, Smith is a partisan. We've traced his background, liberal Democrat. Of course, he's going to be appointed by Biden and Merrick Garland, of course. But let me just give you 2 things. Smith's strongest argument for election interference, which is what he's trying to say happened, is that President Trump did not want Vice President Pence to certify the electoral vote count. That's true. That's a fact. But President Trump didn't take any legal action to prevent it. He just didn't want Pence to do it. It's not a crime. Okay, that's an opinion. Trump said to Pence, I don't think you should do it. Okay? Why did Trump do that? Because it was his opinion, again, second opinion, that the 2020 election was fraudulent, that there was cheating in it. And Trump wanted more time to establish that as fact. He has a right to do that as president. Now, in my eyes, Donald Trump was wrong because there was not enough evidence presented anywhere to back up his opinion. And that's the truth. Now, you can write me letters all day long about what you think, and I heard this, and 4 mules in Texas, and whatever. Oh, yeah. Stop. Facts have to be presented. Okay. The exculpatory part, which means Trump's side, which Smith totally ignored, all right, is that a president is entitled by our Constitution to a wide range of opinion. And the Supreme Court ruled that last year. They said, look, he's on the job, Trump's on the job, even after the election, the votes were cast, he's still on a job. He can have an opinions, but he can't violate the law. I don't see where the law was violated. The votes were certified by the vice president. So Smith doesn't say anything about that. This was just a fiasco, as was the Mar-a-Lago raid, and on and on and on and on. Okay, now that's not the way our country should operate here. And this is the biggest, Trump got his revenge by winning the election. Smith is out. I don't think Smith will ever hold another government position. Even Democrats who hate Trump know Smith was in the bag. Everybody knows he's in the tank. Okay? So he's done. So Trump won. But it never should have happened. And that's a memo. All right, another special counsel, David Weiss. He's the guy in Delaware who took 6 years to investigate Hunter Biden for tax fraud and a gun thing. 6 years. No, it doesn't take 6 years. It doesn't take 6 months. Okay? So Weiss slow walks the Hunter Biden prosecution. That's a fact. Anybody in the legal or governmental realm knows that. But now Weiss is mad, even though he did the bidding of President Biden and Merrick Garland by slow walking the case. Now he's mad that Biden pardoned Hunter and said that the reason I'm pardoning my son is because he was only prosecuted because his name is Biden. That's what Joe Biden said. It's ridiculous, right? So here's what Weiss says, quote, 8 judges across numerous courts have rejected claims that they were the result of selective or vindictive motives. Calling those rulings into question and injecting partisanship into the independent administration of the law undermines the very foundation. What America's justice system, fair and equitable. It erodes public confidence in an institution that is essential to preserving the rule of law. This is what Weiss said yesterday. Okay, that's good. But you yourself undermined let me use your words, the rule of law by taking 6 years to investigate something that should have been taken 6 months. Right? Well, you're no hero, David Weiss. All right, President Biden gives his goodbye speech tomorrow night. That'll be at 8 p.m. I'll be up against that speech. I don't know, maybe Chris Cuomo on NewsNation, he's going to have to take Biden's speech tomorrow, Wednesday. He's going to have to do that. So I don't know whether I'm going to appear or not. I'd like to appear after the speech. Maybe I'll try to talk those guys into that. Because I know what it's going to be. It's going to be what he did yesterday at the State Department. So Biden toddles over to the State Department yesterday, and he gives this unbelievable speech. Long-winded was the description. But he's justifying his pullout of Afghanistan, which was a disaster. Remember, on August 30th, 2021, all right, just after, about what, 8 months after, 7 months after, Biden gets in. He pulls all the troops out and abandons billions of dollars worth of weapons to terrorists, and 13 U.S. service people are killed. 170 Afghans are killed. And Biden thinking, oh no, it was great. Here's what he said last night. Go.
So when I took office, I had a choice. Ultimately, I saw no reason to keep thousands of servicemen in Afghanistan. I think I have my schedule with me, and I keep on my, I don't here, I don't have, but I keep on the back of my card the actual number of dead and wounded that occurred in our longest war to remind myself. Keep spending hundreds of millions of dollars a day. We're no longer doing that. In my view, it was time to end the war and bring our troops home, and we did.
Nobody was objecting to bringing the troops home. It's how you did it. Chaos, and you got people killed. And you didn't have to. When Trump left office, the Taliban had not killed an American service person for 18 months because there was a deal. We could have removed all of our armaments from Afghanistan. We could have kept Bagwan, all right? Bagwan, saying it wrong. Could have kept our air base, right? Bagram, which I actually was at. We could have kept it. Could have kept 2,500 troops there to protect American citizens. Well, that could have happened. I wasn't going to object to that. Okay? But not Biden. The guy never admits a mistake. We can't find any. In 4 years, he has never admitted a policy mistake. Not one. Open border, that's fine. 9% inflation, no, not my fault. Never. And, you know, for you, what about people out there? Trump doesn't admit mistakes either. He doesn't. And this is bad. Our elected officials should admit their mistakes because everybody makes them. And the American people will accept that. Boy, Biden can't get out of there fast enough for me. As you know, the world is a dangerous place. Pandemics, political chaos, natural disasters. You know it's coming. And when it does, you don't want to get caught unprepared. So you need to think about All Family Pharmacy. They provide life-saving and maintenance medications, antibiotics, and more. And yes, they've got the miracle drug everyone's been talking about, ivermectin, starting at just $3 a capsule. Here is the truth. When the system collapses and shortages happen, the unprepared suffer. Do not be one of them. All Family Pharmacy makes it fast and easy to stock up on all your meds. Here's the deal. Go to allfamilypharma.com/bill right now. Use the code BILL10 for 10% off your order. Again, allfamilypharma, one word, .com/bill. Use code BILL10. Okay, YouTube channel approaching 1 million subscribers. It is free. So 1 million, they tell me, because I don't know anything about social media, is big. No, we're approaching 1 million. You can sign up free. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. We got Maxine Waters saying the solution to the wildfires is to tax the rich more. You love this. You're going to love it. Okay, the mail. Ronald, concierge member. Ronald gets direct access to me. My team is his team. First priority for the Trump administration, my opinion, should be to repair the damage done to our country by the Biden and Obama administrations, and then try to eliminate the two-tier justice system. I don't think you're ever going to eliminate corruption in the justice system. It's just too deeply entrenched. I don't think that's possible anymore. I hate to say it. Dan, I agree with your assessments, Bill. However, no amount of preparation would have prevented the fire. Correct. Fire would have happened, but not this bad. If they had, you know, a reservoir in Pacific Palisades was down and not operating for a year. What? If they had that water, they could have knocked this thing down a lot sooner. They didn't have it. That's the point. They were derelict, they being the politicians, in their duty. John, concierge member, your presentation about the Trump-Newsom LA fire situation needs to be seen by all Americans. You owe it, O'Reilly, to cause that to happen. So what am I supposed to do? Force the networks to run my commentary? They don't want any part of me. This presentation is so far beyond what they do. They don't want to let their viewers know what we're doing here. I mean, come on. It's not even the same universe, what we give you every night and what they give you, which is why you're here. I wish I could force them. Scott Evans, Calabasas, California, right in the middle of the zone. Unfortunately, LA is the location for the 2028 Summer Olympics. It's going to put a lot of pressure on them. No, it'll be okay by then. But there might be a fire during the Olympics if they don't wise up. Beverly Morgan, Newport, Tennessee. I'm a new concierge member. Can Donald Trump deploy military engineers and the National Guard into California? Not unless Newsom asks. It's a state problem. They'll take federal money, but Trump just, unless it's social disorder and things like that, it'd be very hard for him to do it. Robert Gosma, Bolingbrook, Illinois. When a story breaks I always reserve my own judgment until I watch the No Spin News. I don't trust anyone else, and I'm worried about the day you are no longer with us. Do you know somebody? I don't know. Robert, no longer with you. Hopefully that'll be a while. John Crickard, Mocksville, North Carolina. Love that Mocksville moniker. Confronting the President's excellent read. Dugard and you placed 15 presidents on the cover. How did you make the selection? Recognizable faces. That's all. All right, I want you to go to the BillO'Reilly.com store and pick up the United States Trump and a No Spin coffee mug together, because of the big special coming up Friday night. You want the United States of Trump. And you don't have to like Trump. This is not a cupcake book. You want to know about him, there it is. And you get the mug for a great price. Also, the Not Woke gear. This is our best-selling project ever, Not Woke. Okay, we got the flashy polos, we got good tees, we got mugs, we got bumper stickers. Word of the day: do not be lugubrious. 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 You want to write to me, Bill@BillO'Reilly.com, Bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Name in town, please, if you wish to opine. Back with a preview of our big Trump special in a moment. Last year, investors scored the highest profits in decades. Unfortunately, the rest of us were held back by stacks of bills and credit card debt. Well, Done with Debt has found a solution. They created a brilliant new strategy designed to tackle debt, put cash back into your hands, so you can finally save, invest, and live your life in comfort. Done with Debt goes head-to-head with credit card and loan companies. Their team of negotiators and legal experts work to significantly reduce your bills, eliminate interest, and erase penalties. Bottom line, Done with Debt helps turn crushing debt into financial freedom. But some of their strategies are time sensitive, so please don't wait. Get the life you deserve. Visit donewithdebt.com. Talk with one of their strategists, absolutely free. Visit donewithdebt.com, donewithdebt.com. President Trump's victory is a win for America. That's what most voters think. But Bidenomics has left us with a failing economy. I rely on American Hartford Gold to protect my savings with physical gold and silver, and you should consider that. American Hartford Gold has thousands of five-star ratings and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. A tax-advantaged gold IRA can shield you from worsening inflation. You can even roll over your 401k or IRA tax-free and penalty-free. So act now before it's too late. Call or text American Hartford Gold. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you for up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 866-501-5201 or text Bill to 65532. That's 866-501-5201 or text Bill to 65532. All right, final thought of the day, NewsNation running a special on the United States of Trump, Friday, January 17th, 9 p.m. Rerunning Sunday, okay, January 19th, 8 p.m. or after Trump's speech or whatever's going on. Now, I just read the script before I came to air. You're going to learn a tremendous amount. Here's a look. Go. Nobody could have done what he did, taking the vitriol and hatred directing at him. Throughout history, no president except Abraham Lincoln took the hatred that he took. And Lincoln was killed because of it. And Trump was almost killed. Okay? So you got to be strong to continue that way. Most people would have folded. He's a strong guy. Whether you like him or not, you can't deny that.
The strength thing's an interesting point, right? And this is a guy who's been through booms and busts, right? You watched him 1987, the real estate crash. You wrote about it in the United States of Trump. He doubles down, finally sort of finds his way out. Is that unwavering, never quit? Is that the same thing as he loses in 2020 and says, all right, I'm going to come back and run again?
I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
It's like throwing 5 interceptions. All right, the next week you come back and you throw 5 touchdowns. So Trump does not live in a introspective world. This is one of the most important points I want to make on this show. He's not an introspective man. He doesn't
journal.
He doesn't
meditate.
He doesn't Monday morning quarterback. He doesn't regret. He lives in the moment. So the moment is bad, but the next moment he's going to make it good. He's disciplined enough to, when a mistake hurts him, I know he thinks about the mistake, but he doesn't carry it around as a burden. Does that make sense? So he puts it aside and he just keeps going. But he is able to get by these disasters that would sink other people by being resilient.
Donald Trump has an innate ability to survive through sort of almost anything, right? The Access Hollywood tape, impeachment 1, January 6th, impeachment 2, but then came all of the lawfare issues. Was there ever a time that you talked to Donald Trump that you thought, he may just decide this isn't worth it?
No, not one time. And his goal was, I'm going to get back there. I never saw him waver about that. I did see him get very angry, particularly about the New York City stuff.
This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people.
Very, very angry about it. And he doesn't show emotion much. So there is 40 more minutes of that. Thing runs 42 minutes. And I'm telling you the truth about Donald Trump. Now, some people don't want to hear the truth about Donald Trump. Certainly the media doesn't care about it. They don't. But NewsNation does. And that's a credit to them. So this special is going to cause a lot of waves. It's no cupcake. We go in and I'm telling you what, known him 35 years, here's who he is. And I hope you watch. Again, Friday, January 17th, NewsNation, 9 p.m. Sunday, January 19th, 8 p.m. And of course, we want you to tell me, what you think. We'll have another preview on this probably Thursday. We'll give you a little more taste of it. And then next week, we'll have some segments off of it, okay? All right. Thank you for watching and listening. I'm Bill O'Reilly. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.